Hey, welcome to the Wildscast. Just finished an amazing interview with Haim Gozali. Haim is an Israeli MMA fighter. They call him the Israeli Batman. He is a fifth-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. And we spoke about a lot of the social media posting he's been doing. He's still fighting, but he's fighting not only in the rink, he's fighting on behalf of Israel. And he's also a very interesting guy, although all tattooed up. He observes Shabbat and puts on Tefillin every day and is a real proud Jew. We spoke about that a lot as well. And also kind of tips for us in the diaspora of what we can do to protect ourselves and not be easy targets to anti-Semitism. He shares this crazy story how he was stabbed 6 times and still was able to chase down his assailant, and gives us some really good lessons from that. Take a listen. Okay, welcome to the Wildscast, and welcome my guest, Haim Gozali. Chaim, welcome.
Hey.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Shalom uvracha.
Thank you for having me.
Baruch haba. Chaim is nicknamed the Israeli Batman. We'll get into that a little later. But he is I was going to say retired, but he's not really retired, Israeli martial artist and a professional Bellator MMA fighter. Chaim is a 5th-degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and also the first Israeli to compete in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. What is the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship? What is that?
So bare knuckle, it's when the boxing started in the world, it was bare knuckle.
Uh-huh.
There was never glove.
Right.
So then they invited, they put the glove, and it's become the boxing one. We all know. So now there's a couple of organizations in the world that wanted to bring the boxing to its roots,
Mm-hmm.
like how it began. So it's bare knuckle. So now on bare knuckle, you punch somebody, or you break your hand, or you break his face. So
oh gosh,
you cannot do
right. I guess the
combination that you're doing in boxing, with the movement, because every punch is like breaking your hand.
Right. So I guess there was a reason they put the gloves on. And Chaim, you also served in the IDF as part of the Israeli Border Police. Kol hakavod to you on your service.
Border Patrol. Border Patrol is a special. It's a special unit of the police.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm going to the army, but the army send me to the police, and then you go into the Border Patrol.
Very nice.
So the Border Patrol now, what you hear about Shar Shechem, like West Jerusalem and all the stuff. So
yeah,
that's the places I serve.
So first of all, kol hakavod to you for your service and
Thank
for
you.
being such a strong Jewish personage. There's this perception, at least here in the diaspora. I told you I'm coming to you from New York. Where in Israel are you, by the way?
I'm in Bat Yam.
Oh, beautiful.
If you know,
Yeah.
it's in the center. It's next to Tel Aviv.
Yeah, no, I know Bat Yam, sure. So there's this perception here in New York, in the States, that Jews are weak. Okay, they were easy targets that won't fight back.
No, not anymore.
Well, so tell me, do you think that perception is true? And, and what have you, because I know you've been working against that your whole life.
Yeah, so the history of the world make us weak, because all the history of the Jewish people, so everybody think we're weak, but we have the strongest army in the world. It's not the biggest one, but it's the strongest one. So think about it. If the Jewish was like in the size of the United States,
right.
So probably all the world was ours. So, and also we, the genetic of the Jewish people is to be smart. They call it, how they call it in English, I don't know, but it's Am HaSefer,
people of the book.
People of the book, because we love to learn and stuff like that. But today it's different. When I was, let's see, go back to the bare knuckle fight. So the bare knuckle fight was in the Holocaust day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The same day that the Holocaust was, and also on Friday. So I'm a Shabbat keeper, so I didn't want to fight in Shabbat. Mm-hmm. In Shabbat, so I told them I want to fight in the early, in the beginning before the Shabbat.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday, but before the Shabbat, like 2 hours, 3 hours before. Mm-hmm. And you know what I did? I took the yellow Magen David, the yellow Star of David, and put it on my pants.
Wow.
So they interviewed me and they said, "Why, it's the Holocaust and people are going to talk." I said, no. You put this yellow Star of David on us to show that we are Jewish and we're weak. I'm going to show you we're not weak and not nothing. This is a Jewish sign, and I'm going to show you I'm a Jewish and I'm strong. And I went to the fight. You need to understand, I'm not a boxer. I'm a MMA and a jiu-jitsu fighter. So I went to a boxing fight. Second round, I knocked the guy out. And I showed the world, we are not weak. You know, in my age also, the guy was younger than me, like, I think 11 years or something like that.
Wow.
So I showed the world, we are not weak anymore. The Jewish people got stronger. You know, after the Holocaust, we got stronger and stronger and stronger. And today we have to keep ourselves, you know, and save ourselves and fight for our rights. And nobody can say we're weak anymore.
Now, and I will tell you something, Chaim. It's not just that we're not weak anymore. We never started weak. We started strong. If you study, and I know you know the books of Tanakh and David HaMelech and all of the prophets, we were very strong. If you look at Chumash and the Nevi'im, Ketuvim, Tanakh, we became weak when we were sent out of Israel and we went into the Galut. And now we're back in Israel. So, you know, looks like I just think there's a lot of connection between the land of Israel and now people and state of Israel and strength. It's just that I think unfortunately in the diaspora, a lot of people don't feel that same kind of strength, you know. But we appreciate the work you do.
You know, when I was in New York, I went to train it's called the Legion.
Yeah.
You know the Legion?
Yeah. I interviewed the head of the Legion. Great guy.
So I trained them a couple of times, you know, and I saw nobody weak. Everybody want to be strong. And I'm talking about, you know, New York Jewish, not the Israeli one.
Right.
Israeli one cannot be weak anymore. Everybody is over strong. Everybody is like a mini gangster, you can call it, you know, but everybody's like tough over here. We have to be tough, you know. We have to, you know, we have like 24/7 war. We're fighting all the time, you know. They can come from the north, they can come from the south, they can, you know. So we have to keep ourselves like, and we have to be strong.
Have you given up on peace with the Palestinians, or do you think it's still a possibility?
No. I said something. I'm saying that in Hebrew because I start a lot of politics now. Because obviously I'm going to retire in a couple of years, not now, but so I start politics and stuff. I said something like that. I don't like the Arab. I don't care. If you want to live in peace, throw up the net, you know. Take the weapon, throw them to the garbage, build like a community, build like malls, build like border, you know, everything, schools, stuff like that, and that's it. We live together. I don't care if Arab guy gonna come to Israel and dance with me in a club. I don't care if he's Arab or I don't, you know, I don't care about that. But they need to stop, you know, to say, okay, we want to live in peace,
right.
You know, but they don't want to live in peace because if they want to live in peace, they're gonna take all the money that they're getting from the world and build, like I said, schools, you know, build malls, build like, you know, new building, you know, build themselves, you know. But they don't want to do that.
No.
Because the Hamas is like, this is you know, it's to keep the people like that, you know, because then the people is in control, you know.
Yeah, and you saw it last week with Islamic Jihad. I mean, if all of the money that they spent on those rockets, I mean, I don't know what the price is, but those rockets, even if they're not terribly accurate, I mean, half of them didn't even fall in Israel. And
it's nothing because the Hamas got, you know, like 5 times or 10 times more rocket than them. You know, take the money. Give it to the community. Build your community.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot teach people. You know, I got a lot of videos and I'm posting it all the time to take like children and tell them we must kill Jewish. Are you crazy?
Right.
You know, you think Israeli family going to say to kids, we need to kill somebody? Never gonna happen. You know, why you do that? You know, because their government, I don't know if it's a government, you know, the Hamas is like keeping it like that. Because then the people in control, you know, they want to do something. The Jewish is like Israel is blame, you know. Let's fight Israel, you know. And then Israel bombed them. All the world said, "Oh, Israel is killing innocent people. We don't kill no innocent people." They put the children inside of where's the rockets? There's children. They put the rockets in schools, you know, stuff like that. So what do you want? What do you want? We're going to say it like in the Holocaust? And we're going to get it? No. So that's what I'm saying all the time. You want peace? It's gonna be peace. You want to kill me? We're gonna kill you back.
Yeah. So the answer is to put
But I don't
the answer
like.
is to put down the weapons. You're saying, and spend
Yeah,
the money on building your hospitals, your mosques, your schools. Um,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
You know, gardens. You know, the street's gonna be nice. You know,
but you
not
saw
like
what happened
the loop
after
over
the you
there.
saw what happened after the Gush Katif, or whatever you want to call it, the evacuation, when the 7,500 Jewish people that were living there, they left some very nice things for, our Arab neighbors and they burnt them down because they were.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate
Let
because,
me ask you. Let me ask you something
yeah,
else. We have I don't know how to call this place. You know, keep the what is the name? Arabite. How do they call it in
the
English?
Temple
The
Mount.
Temple
Temple
Mount.
Mount.
Temple Mount. Yeah, Temple Mount. We have the Temple Mount. Okay, this is a place that only to all religious. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like it's a place only for us, only for you. Why do you care if we go pray there? You know, we go pray there, they want to kill us.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is
I just went, Chaim, I just went with my group. I brought 50 people from MGE. MG, by the way, if you may not be familiar, we're an organization, 20s and 30s in New York City, all different types of Jewish people. We went to Israel. We went to Hebron, to Marat Machpelah. And it's amazing because we went in and they said, where is Yishmael buried? Where is because it's a site that we share with the Muslims, Marat Machpelah. And I remember years ago, we came one day when there's one day where it's closed to Jews, it's only open to Arabs, but somehow they're sharing it. It's kind of working a little.
a little. So that's what I'm saying, If there's a places that only for all the religions, we need to be together. You pray, we pray. You cannot kill somebody because he's praying, or do and if you see the video, they don't care about the mask. They go with their shoes inside, taking rocks, and this is the holy place. Come on, But that's what I'm saying. So if we want peace, we need to live together. We need to be together.
Yeah. Your son, I'm just switching back to your fighting. Your son Aviv is, I'm told, also an MMA fighter. Is that true?
Yeah, he's 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's an MMA fighter. He's signing a Bellator organization in the States. He used to live in New York, but now he came back to Israel.
Did you encourage him to do that? Were you supportive or not really?
No, think about it. He grew up in a place that we train all day. We go into competition like in Vegas, in New York, in Miami, every place. We travel all Europe, and he was a kid, and he grew up into this. It's not like I told him, you have to be a fighter.
Right.
I don't care. Don't be a fighter. I told him one time, to be a fighter, it's more hard than to study. Because to be a fighter, you need to study, but you need your body and your mind to do what you study.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm studying and remember that. I need to do that also. And last fight, he broke his leg. And now he's recovering. Yeah.
Is it hard to watch him fight?
Yeah, it's harder to watch your son fighting than I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I don't care. I'm going to the fight, go inside the cage or the ring. I don't care. I don't think about nothing, just fighting. But when you see your son and you cannot do something, standing outside, so it's hard. Very hard.
That cannot be easy. Well, you should have a lot of nachas, a lot of joy. That word nachas is a special word just for parents. The joy that only a parent could experience from their children. So you should have a lot of nachas, Chaim. He obviously looks up to you, or else he probably wouldn't have done this. I heard this crazy story that you were stabbed 6 times, and you somehow still managed to chase after your assailant. Can you tell what happened there? What was that whole incident?
So because of my fighting career, so I need to make money also. So in a day, I need to train. So what I did, I started to be a bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to, work at nights and I train at days. So it was good. One of the nights, they close the club like early, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Over it's early, So closed the club. I was sitting down inside with the owner, and then somebody knocked on the door. So the owner come to open the door. I said, no, sit down. I'm going to open the door. I opened the door. I need to go down to take the lock, because the lock is down, not like a regular door. The lock is down because it's like a security door. So I went down like this, like I opened the door. Suddenly I felt something hit my face, and I grabbed the guy, punched him. When I punched him, he took the knife up, and I
slashed you.
Took it to the hand. Yeah, slashed me, and also my hair, like he cut my hair.
Oh my gosh!
So I start to punch him, and the guy start to run, and I'm running after him, but I don't see my hair is like that, and I'm bleeding like every place. So obviously it was faster than me. So I get back to the club, and the owner told me, "Why, you crazy? Look at you. Let's go to the hospital." And then I went to the hospital. I did like 6 surgery in like a couple of years in my hand, because the hand, like, it cut all the nerves in the hand, all the part that move in the hand. I don't know.
That was from the knife or from when you hit him? Your hand
hit him inside the knife.
Oh,
like he put his hand like that, and the knife was like, I don't see the knife. I just punched him like a couple of times, and it's cut me. And also 2 plastic surgery. Fix my face because my ear was like that. Today you cannot see nothing. It looked like normal, everything normal, but it was a hard time. And then I couldn't train anymore. I couldn't fight anymore for a couple of years. Like at least 5 or 6 years.
I'm so sorry.
Because every surgery was like after like 7 months. You cannot do surgery after surgery. So they want to see if it's the surgery, success. And it wasn't like that. And after 7 months, another surgery, and also the surgery didn't do the job good, and another one, and until my hand. Today I don't feel the hand, so like I don't feel the hand. Like,
you're fine, thank God. So, but was it an Arab? Was it another Israeli? You don't know who it was.
No, you cannot know. No, you run away.
Wow. Is there something that we, people listening to this? You're obviously a tough guy. You've been trained. You're jiu-jitsu expert. What is it? A 5th degree Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. Okay, most of us are not jiu-jitsu black belts. What would you suggest? Just because there has been more anti-Semitism in New York, what do you suggest? You think people should take Legion training courses? And any tips?
People need to train.
Mm-hmm.
People need to train self-defense. I don't care what self-defense they're going to know. They're going to go study. I don't care if it's jiu-jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai, karate. I don't care.
Krav Maga. Do you like Krav Maga?
Krav Maga. Krav Maga Krav Maga is it's not a like martial art. It's a self-defense system. What did that mean? Because martial arts, you study all kind of stuff, and you study how to fight. Krav Maga is just to take care of yourself in the moment that the attack happening. So you like block and attack immediately, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And you go away. You don't want to be a fight like I'm fighting somebody and punching people.
It's very practical for the
block, punch, and that's it.
Yeah, we offered some Krav Maga at MJE, and we're continuing to do that. We have some Krav Maga classes here, just because there was a lot of anti-Semitism last summer in New York, and people, it was the first time. It was the first time I sat down with my children, and I said, we discussed. I have 3 boys, 3 boys and a girl, and we talked about what do we do about the kippah, and all 3 of my boys said, "Well, I'm not taking off the kippah." I said, "Fine, but then you have to either carry something around, you have to get mace or something, because things were happening." Thank God things have gotten a little better.
Also that, it's something to do, take like a mace, a couple of like self-defense stuff that is selling in the States. I don't know if it's legal in New York, because I saw even mace you cannot buy in New York now.
Right.
Because I was in New York, I wanted to bring the pepper gel to Israel, because there's no pepper gel in Israel, only mace. It's not legal over there. I tried to order from Amazon even. No. Cannot order it. So there's a lot of stuff that you can, when I'm teaching self-defense, I said even your bag, your school bag can be a weapon. when somebody attack you. Even your hat, my hat. Like somebody attack me, I can boom, throw the hat to his face and run away. Because when you do something with your, with the hat, so the guy is going to do something, because and you run away. Everything to do, just to run away from the place, because you cannot know if you are strong enough to fight if you're not a fighter, strong enough to fight, strong enough to take care of yourself in a situation like that. So we do something and run away.
Right.
And also when you run away, scream that everybody's going to hear it,
No, thank you. That's very helpful. And why do you relate so much to Batman? They call you the Israeli Batman. What is it about Batman? Because I have, by the way, when you're finished, I have some very beautiful Torah about Batman. I'll give you in a minute, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
So I was a kid. I liked the character, Batman, when I was a kid. When the first Batman came out in '89 with Jack Nicholson stuff, I was living in New York. So we said, let's go to the cinema to see Batman, Batman. And when I saw this Batman in '89, that's it. I found myself, like the character and like collecting stuff. And then I found myself like, when I was a bouncer. So I find myself like walking every night with black clothes, right. Stopping criminal, and I'm not a cop, with all gadgets that I used to buy, like all kind of gadget, like maces and like light and, I don't know, I got a lot of gadget, like in taser and stuff like that. So the character like build into me, and I start to do tattoos. So I did one Batman tattoo, second Batman tattoo. Now I have like, I don't know how many Batman tattoo.
Yeah.
So they asked me the same question you asked me before I went to a battle to fight. So they ask you before the fights, stuff. So then the other call it, the announcer can say stuff about you, on TV. So when I went to the ring, so Mike Gober said, the Israeli Batman. So it's stuck. So now I'm the Israeli Batman.
I love it. But you know why, Chaim? Do you know why Batman is such a Jewish comic book figure? Why is he more Jewish than Superman?
Because first of all, it start the most how to call it? The name in English also the most detective. No, what is the name? I don't remember the name. The smart detective or something like that. So Batman uses his head to solve stuff. Batman uses, he's a smart guy. Obviously, he built all by himself. So that's the way he's like, taking care of all the problem and stuff like that. And also he's a jiu-jitsu fighter. That is a movie that make him a jiu-jitsu fighter, but no. And the reality is he studied jiu-jitsu. Yeah. If you see the old Batman,
I've seen all the Batmans. The reason I think though is because Superman, all of his powers, he has supernatural powers. Superman is a little more like a Jesus figure if you think about it. Because think about what Christianity teaches. Christianity believes that people, because of original sin, we're tainted. Our personalities are completely tainted, so that we can't save ourselves. So they have to send Jesus. They have to send somebody. That's what Superman was. Superman was sent from another planet to save a people incapable of saving themselves. And by the way, what was Superman's father in all the movies? His name was Kal-El, which is the Hebrew name for God. Kal-El. Okay. And they sent him. And if you see some of the Superman, like there's like a halo around him. He never does anything wrong. He's perfect. He looks perfect. Batman gets beat up. He has a dark side. He had that experience with the bats. And he uses human powers. Like you said, his intellect, right? His money. He's a wealthy guy. That's why he's a Jewish person, because he uses his money and his brains to be able to fight. And he's got a Yetzer Hara. He's got a very healthy Yetzer Hara, Batman. Superman has no Yetzer Hara, right? Like he's Jesus, like he's this perfect person. So anyway,
if you saw the last movie of Superman, said if Superman is a god, in the last like a couple of movies, that's what they say over there. That then Batman said, I need to stop him if you saw the movie. And then so Alfred told him, no, but it's good. No. But if this good gonna be evil, what's gonna happen? If Superman gonna become evil, what's gonna happen? I need to stop him. Yeah, so that's
No, but he's much more relatable, I think, as a superhero to people because he's not perfect. So all right, so thank you for explaining that about Batman. That helps me a lot. Tell me about. Let's go back to your social media because I know you've been doing more social media to spread awareness about Israel and the conflict. What do you think Israel should do about its PR problem? We have such smart PR people, and Israel still. I mean, I saw a commercial after all the rocket attacks, but I don't know how many people saw this commercial that Israel is responding to attacks by Islamic Jihad or before from Hamas. But people don't think that there was.
Let me tell you something. It's not Israel, it's us, the citizens. We saw where the government failed. So we start to do stuff by ourselves, because I'm talking about myself. I'm posting in English. I'm taking video from all kind of places. I got like 500 groups in my phone. That people send me stuff and I'm publish it. Like me, there's a couple of hundred of Israeli that care. Famous people that care. Famous people that said we need to save this stuff because all the world think we are bad and we are not bad. Suddenly we're standing over here. It's our country. We want to live over here. We don't care to live in peace. So we need to do that. So we start to do that. So in the last, I don't call it war, not war, but the last time we succeed because the world believe us. So the movie, so the stuff, the explanation that we send, all the people. And let me tell you something. The Muslim people, they're millions of people. So how many times they block me Facebook or Instagram for a month, 2 months? Because all the people like sending the message, this guy is like doing violation. They block me. But nobody gonna break me. You can block me, but not break me. So I'm continuing. That's what happened last month.
I think it made a difference.
But nobody help us. Nobody in the government care. Nobody in the government just talking. They're talking, but don't do nothing. Yeah, we sent the video. They don't send no video. We took the video from all kind of group, all kind of stuff. People that with the phone and stuff like that, We took it.
Why wouldn't the government do this? Why wouldn't they hire like the best PR firm, the best social media firm? Israel's such a advanced, high tech country. Why wouldn't the government do this?
I don't know.
Because they're not.
Stupidity.
I remember Netanyahu sometimes was pretty good. He used to get on TV and he used to.
Yeah, but you cannot be one man and do that all over the world. You cannot be one man and go to the TV. You need hundreds of people because they're using thousands of people. They don't care. Look at Bella Hadid. She posting lies, and all the world believe her. She got like a couple of millions of followers. What I have, like 100,000, like all together, all my media is like 300,000. It's nothing. She got like, 50 million in one account. And she's spreading lies, So we start to spread the truth, and the truth. We don't lie. We don't need to lie. We don't have what to lie. But if you're going to see the response, everybody said, you lie. You're killing children. What is really going to kill children? Come on. What is really going to kill children? Want to be crazy? If you put the children when you fire a rocket and some other Israeli rocket fell in the same place, what do you want to happen? And and you could see the army is like sending them message, we're going to bomb this place.
Right.
Evacuate the place if you have innocent people. Also, evacuate the place. Yeah. Tell Bella Hadid to post that. What army in the world? I want to see in the U.S. if Mexico shut the U.S., shutting rocket in the U.S., If somebody cross the border, they shoot him. And the peace together, they live in peace. Nobody can, Mexican and American can go together. And they're going to shoot him. Think about it. I'm talking about missile. Come on. What country in the world can live like that?
No country would do it.
What country in the world,
Right.
So that's what I said in the beginning. You want peace? You have to take the weapon, throw it in the garbage, and say we want to live in peace. Because he cannot break Israel, because we are a strong country, we have a strong army. We're not going to put no weapon, because we have like all around us, a country that don't like us. If everybody like us, okay, but nobody like us. So at least the Palestinian Throw the weapon, live together. You're going to have jobs. You're going to have, everything. That's what I'm saying. So if you tell me if I'm right, in politics, I'm right or left, I don't think I'm not right and not left. I think I'm using my brain. You want to live together? We need to live together. You want to kill me? I'm going to kill you back. Nobody going to kill us and I'm going to sit down. That's it. There's no more weak Jewish that waiting to be killed. It's not going to happen. You kill, you want to fight, I'm fighting back. You don't want to fight, one piece, you can come to Tel Aviv, go with me in a bar, sit down, be friend. I'm going to go over there to the markets, buy stuff for the family. I don't care. So what I think about the politics also, it's become right, left. It's bullshit. You know why? Because they're saving the war. They want to be war. And their side and our side. Because if there's no war and peace, there's no left and no right. Everybody needs to live together. But they can't. They need something to be the ruler. So now the left, go to the war, the last war. We save Israel, we save Israel. When the right do that, we save Israel, we save Israel. Nobody said no Israel. Stop with the war, be peace in everybody, and that's it.
Yeah.
So nobody understands me in politics. It's hard for me to explain it in English also. But nobody understands me because sometimes I'm gonna post something about that, and sometimes I'm gonna post something about that because I want the truth. And the truth is hard. People cannot deal with the truth. So I'm getting a lot of hate message, from all over the world, also from Israeli people. But I don't care.
Tell me a little about your religious background. I know you're an extremely proud Jew, and you like to put on tefillin. I know that's like one of the mitzvot that you like to champion. What is it about the tefillin that inspires you?
First of all, I start after the bar mitzvah. I never used the tefillin until I was like in 2000. I think 2000. I had a fight in New York. I lost the fight. I was with my friend, if you know him, Benny Elbaz. Sure. He's religious. He's a singer, one of the famous one. So he's my friend. So after that, we met in Manhattan. When go together to his friend's house and stuff like that. So I told him I lost. He said me, why you don't menech tefillin? You have to take the tefillin and stuff. I told him I don't have tefillin even. So I'm going to buy one. And if you're going to buy me, I'm going to use it all my life. After a week, he sent me with somebody tefillin, and I start using it. And I like to read, so I'm reading the Bible, I'm reading other stuff. My wife is, when I got married, so my wife is like saving Shabbat, so I start to save Shabbat,
Beautiful.
Save Shabbat with her. And this is our religion. This is the stuff that make us Jewish, that make us together, And that's what happened in Israel, that people stop to understand that. We have a background from the day that God created the world. Come on, so people start to understand that. So I'm trying to bring them, to tell this stuff to people. But they're Jewish because I have tattoos. So they told me, Jewish people don't have tattoo. I'm the Jewish of the 2000, I'm saying.
I just realized for the first time, Chaim, because you moved your chin up. So now that's what I see. I couldn't tell what that was under that's the Batman.
The bat sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. But listen, you don't see, it's funny. There was somebody from MJE who was putting on his tefillin and he rolled up his sleeve and he had a tattoo, and right. So traditionally we don't have tattoos. He had a tattoo from before, and somebody in the synagogue had never seen a Jew with a tattoo putting on tefillin. So I actually think it's a good sign that people who are, I'm not saying whatever it is about tattoos. We know what the Torah says about tattoos. But I think it's a good sign that people who have tattoos, who may not have been raised, with, dati, to have been raised religious, are putting on tefillin.
Not only tefillin, it's also serving the Shabbat. He's like doing kiddush every Friday, and after the kiddush, after the Shabbat, he's doing the prayer and everything. It's not, I don't know the name of the praise, of the name of it in English, all this stuff, but Beautiful. We're doing everything. Now, when I'm protecting a religious guy, so nobody understands me because they see the tattoos. So what is this guy? Look at him. But suddenly they understand that I'm more Jewish than a Jewish guy. Because I believe where we came from and what we've been through. Because, I'm over there. That's why every stuff of my T-shirt got the Star of David. Every hat got the blue and white. Every fight I'm going with the flag, the Israeli flag. I'm going with the seat also to a fight. I'm going with the Star of David hat all the time. All the sign of the Jewish signs. I'm all over it. So, yeah. So when I'm protecting religious guys, like Haredi guys, nobody understands. Who's this guy? What do you want? You have tattoo. What are you talking about? So what? Make me less Jewish than somebody else? No.
Well, kol hakavod.
I'm going to go up. Maybe God's going to forget me for the tattoo because I'm doing a lot of stuff with the Jewish people. I believe He's going to say, "Oh, okay, the tattoo, it's okay."
Well, you let me know after 120. Let me know.
Yeah. I'm almost over there. I'm 50.
Oh, you're a young man. It's amazing you're still fighting, though. You're still fighting.
I'm a young man. Depends too.
Well, to me,
I'm old.
It's all relative.
For me, I'm old.
Let me ask you.
So I'm fighting because my body is still in good condition. I don't feel like I'm old. Right. I'm feeling like I'm a child. Just the toys become expensive. Like when you're a child, you buy toys, it's cheap. But when you grow up, the toys become expensive. But you're still a child. Everybody's a child inside.
Right. I hear you. One last question, Chaim, and I thank you for your time. This has been amazing. You're amazing. You're big. You're a big inspiration. Kol hakavod. I don't know if you see this book right behind you. It's called The 40-Day Challenge. Right over here, I'm pointing to it.
Well, I cannot see. No, I cannot see nothing. It's all like.
There. Can you see it now? Okay,
yeah.
So it's got a little guy with a ladder, little guy climbing up the ladder. It's called The 40-Day Challenge. So I'll teach you something quick. We know, of course, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So from Rosh Chodesh Elul, which is starting in about 2 weeks, August 27th. From Rosh Chodesh Elul, you have 40 days from Rosh Chodesh Elul till Yom Kippur. And I have a lot of Torah in here that explains that those 40 days were specifically given to the Jewish people to prepare. Right? We shouldn't just walk into Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and just imagine, you hear the shofar and all of a sudden you're inspired. It doesn't work that way. And I know
you have
to get ready. So nobody knows this better than, an athlete, a trainer, someone, you're not only an athlete yourself, but you've trained other people. What is the best way that you prepare for a fight or that you can help other people prepare for something important in their life? Because that's really what this book is about.
First of all, we're talking about the mental side of the training. So when I'm training, my body's trained, but you have to train your head, your brain, the same way you train your muscle, because the brain is like a muscle. You need to train them. So if I'm going to a fight and I start to thinking about the fight, so my head is starting to think before the fight, not in the moment when fighting. Like when I'm training and I'm thinking about the fight, so your head is going to start running away. And when you start to think, you think and think and think and you think stuff that's never going to happen even because your brain is running away. It's called like a monkey head. Mm-hmm. We breathe. I'm taking stuff like if I'm afraid of something or like thinking about something I'm writing it down on a paper. And then I'm looking at the problem and I said, okay, I'm afraid to go into the ring. What do I have to afraid to do? And I'm writing it. Why do I have to afraid to go inside the ring? It's nothing. I know how to fight. And then I'm like giving answer to the stuff that I'm afraid of them. And then like that, I'm preparing myself. And then you know how to think because your head, your brain, you study them, how to teach your brain to take the stuff and and take him and make him a part of it, not something that you're afraid of it. And I studied that like 5 years, so it's hard to explain it in English. But I'm training my head, my brain, the same way I'm training my muscle.
It's very, very important. The whole mindset. There's no question. It's funny. Bidi Deutsch. Do you know Bidi? She's like the fastest runner in Israel, the fastest female runner in Israel, and she's a dati. She's a very religious woman, young woman in her say her early to mid 30s. She has 6 kids, Bli Ayin Hara, and she's fast. And I asked her, how does it change the way you run, that you believe in Hashem, and that you are, she wears clothing that is tzniut, that's modest. And she's like a very, she's a great role model for young Jewish girls. And she said to me, and maybe this, I don't know if this resonates with you or not, but she said to me, because I believe in God, when I think, when I'm running and when I train and I do the best thing I can do and I still lose, I don't feel so bad, because I know I put my best foot forward. I did everything I could do. I trained properly. I ate properly. I did everything I could do. The rest is in Hashem's hands. I can't control everything. If you think you can control everything, then you're going to beat yourself up for everything that goes wrong. And I think, I don't know if that, I don't know, because the mind can play tricks on you that I'm not good enough.
That's what I said. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I'm writing them down. If I think I'm not good enough, so I'm writing them down. I see that. I see the problem in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Like I write it. As I said, I'm not good enough. Wait, I'm training like 6 hours a day. How can I be not good enough? Wait, I studied from when I was 6 years old. I started martial arts. This guy, what? And that's how I'm controlling my mind. I'm controlling it, but I see the problem in front of my eyes. When you don't see the problem and you start thinking about it, your head is like like that. That's the way I use it. But if I lose, I'm not losing. I'm just learning. To be better. And they asked me once, what is your best fight? So I said, every fight that I lose, it was my best fight. Because then I learn, then I understand what I need to improve myself, how to be I have to be a better fighter and a better human being, because I lost the fight and then I know what's the problem with me. So the best fight I had is only the I don't know, like 6 fights I lost, 6 or 5, I don't remember even. But
there's a beautiful line in Tanakh. It says, Sheva tzaddik yipol v'kam. 7 times does the tzaddik fall and gets up. But the falling is part of learning. That's such an important lesson.
Yeah, of course.
They said they weren't.
Also.
No, please.
No, okay. No, I said we need to talk about the Batman also. While we fall, we learn to take ourselves up, up. But of course, you have to lose in your life to be a better man. Nobody can win all the time. We have to lose, and when you lose, you're learning about yourself more than you win. Add wins like
they said Thomas Edison, the famous inventor Thomas Edison, when he was trying to invent the alkaline battery, and he failed so many times. So a reporter said, "What did it feel like to fail?" He said, "I never failed once. I just found the 9,000 ways it won't work."
Yeah, the same. So in Jiu-Jitsu, you have the sentence that you said, "We're not losing, we're learning." I can win or learn. I cannot lose. Because when you lose, you're learning, So that's the sentence. I can win or learn.
The other thing I heard on that was from a great rabbi. He said, "You ever watch a baby trying to learn how to walk? How many times does the baby fall? And yet the baby keeps getting up. So why isn't the baby after, I don't know how many times it's cute to watch them, they look like little drunk people, and keeps getting up and falling down, because the baby somehow naturally intuits that if it's ever going to walk, it has to just keep getting back up." So
that's the way of life.
It's not losing, it's learning. That's a great line. Chaim, thank you. Do you have any questions for your brothers and sisters in New York?
I love you all. Don't be afraid of nobody. If somebody trying to say something, kick his ass.
Okay. I hear you, man. We are, and you remind us of that. No, we need reminders of that, because, we're people of the book. We're smart. We're accountants.
We're smart and strong. Smart and strong.
Baruch Hashem.
Smart and strong. Now in the old day, I'm old today. So when I'm fighting with the brain, not with my muscle. My condition is not good like I was young, so I'm using my head and I'm using my brain to win. So every fight, also the bare knuckle one. We like study the guy. We knew what to do. We make a plan, and I learned the plan, and I won the fight because of my
brains,
brain, not because of
right.
my muscle.
Wow.
Because
Kol hakavod. Well, Hashem should bless you with continued good health. You should have nachas. You have 2 children, not just. I only mentioned one, right? You have another child.
no, I've won my child and 2 of my wife's child. That is my child.
So 3.
Like the same, all
Beautiful.
of them together. Yeah. So it's for me. It's three child.
Beautiful. You should have harbe nachas.
Everybody's all of them in the martial arts training. You know, yeah.
You got a whole. I can't imagine what your Shabbat dinner table is like with all the martial arts experts sitting around.
They argue all the time. The kids argue. This. Oh.
As long as they
every
don't
Friday,
fight,
it's the
as
same
long as
argument.
Get on the table. And...
No fight. But it's the same argument, because it's. I have like the Aviv is like 21, so he has his own house. He's living by himself, and the 2 kids. So the one is like 16 and one is 14. So they argue all day. So it's a girl and a boy and a girl. They argue about everything. So Friday night, it's the argue.
They wouldn't be.
I'm doing the kiddush, and then they argue. Like after the kiddush, that's it. When I'm stopping, blessing everything, we bring the wine, do the bread. And then they start to argue. It's like
the bell,
is like the
bell,
referee,
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, the bell. Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be Israelis if you weren't arguing all the time, or Jews. 2 Jews, 3 opinions. You know that.
Yeah. Even one jury today is 3 opinions. So
you should have a lot of nachas from them, and Hashem should bless you with continued success.
Thank you.
You should continue to fight with your mind, with your body. Not just in the ring, but continue for the Jewish people, because we appreciate it. Chaim, we really do. It's you're doing a great thing for the Jewish people. Because you do have a big platform. A couple of 100,000 is big. It's a lot bigger than I have, that's for sure. And you should keep using it.
Not that big to the world,
okay.
But I'm getting there. I'm fighting all day. I'm fighting also, to spread the truth. So a lot of people start following me. I got like videos like 7.5 million view. So I'm getting there. So if I got to 7.5 million people watch one video of mine, so I'm getting there. I'm going to be there.
Kol hakavod to you. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time and just
thank you for having me
on everything you do.